Hello everyone, it's Dash of Dave here again. I'm back for another crafty video, and guess what? We're going to be sort of looking at the Grimoire. I have done some bits behind your back. No, behind your back sounds a bit clandestine, doesn't it? Like without you. I've done with or without you. Song lyrics again going through my mind. So I've done some things whilst off camera. And that's just basically to speed the process up a little bit. Nothing that was very exciting, but I will just talk you through what I've done. Okay, so I'm going to move this out of the way because I'll talk about that in a second. This is the dried, finished bit that I've done for the front. So this is like the embossed bit, you know, using the string. That was in the last video. Okay, so this is the box. And what I've done to this is I've added in the extra rim. And that's so that we can have the book inside, and all this is some grey board, and it's this is why I did it without you, because it's taken me 2 hours to do this bit. It's grey board cut to 3/4 of an inch in width, 9 inches at the bottom and 13 inches at the side, and then cut with a mitered side edge. Now I'm gonna cough. The reason I'm gonna cough is because I've been sanding this, so there's bits of fibre in the air. So because generally I'm feeling a lot better than I was. So let me just talk you through some things that I have found invaluable in my efforts. This was bought for me at Christmas, and I can't remember who bought it, and I've asked both of them. So it was either Vic or Brian, and neither can remember who bought it me. So this is a very cheap kind of mitre. So all I did was I switched it to 45 degrees, popped it on to the right length, and then just snipped. And how amazing is that? Like just cutting grey board, strips of grey board. It's just so flaming easy. So this, highly recommend. They're really cheap. I think the blades are just a standard Stanley blade that you just replace, but like I've been using it for all of this. So basically these edges are 4 of these layered up, obviously cut to the right size and shaped. 4 of these layered up on each bit. So there's 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, and 4 here. So 4 layers of each of these. Then they've been wrapped in some of the sticky brown paper, and then they've been hot glued down. And the reason I did all of that without you is because hot gluing can become a hot mess when I'm doing it. So, and I didn't want to be burning myself on camera. All right, fair enough. Then what I did before I wrapped it in the brown paper is any bits where, you know, because when you cut it by hand, they don't always line up perfectly. So what I did was any bits that kind of stuck out, I just sanded down with this. And this is what was bought for me by Vic for my birthday. And I'm just going to cough again. And what I'm going to do is I've just put a mask on. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you what this does, because it has sped up my life, whatever. So you turn it on, and you can just sand away. Now you can see how it's got like tiny particles coming up. So let's just sand off the corner, and then you can kind of see what it does. It just makes sanding an absolute dream. And then it's got 3 speeds. And then these are just replaceable. You just press the lock, unscrew it, and switch it out for whatever piece, like component piece you want. So like there's all sorts of things in here. There's polishing discs and more sanding things, and grinding and screwing, like drill bits and all sorts of things in here, like I say. And I cannot believe how amazing that has changed. And it's rechargeable. I can't tell you how amazing that's changed my life. And they're not expensive, but amazing. And then I got a voucher for my birthday from Hobbycraft. So Hobbycraft is a craft chain in the UK, and because I have a loyalty card with them, they sent me a £5 voucher to spend for my birthday. So I went to Hobbycraft and I bought some. I bought this was £5.50, which is some Mod Podge. I bought this, which was £6, which means it's going to change my life because it goes up to 24 inches. So it's a double length of one of these. And it's a metal one, so it'll just be. And like I did have a bigger one, an aluminium one, but because it was aluminium, it just bent. So, so that fantastic, life changer. So, all of the life changing stuff. So, and the extra, I bought I bought a pad. I'll show you the pad. Actually, it's behind me. It's in a bit of sorry state, but I did get 10% off it. It's a Natural History Museum style one, and I bought it so that I could make one sheet wonders with it. So I bought this and I got 10% off that. So that has been, those extra bits that I paid for those have been paid for with the money that Tamara and Jodie sent me for my birthday, so I'm very grateful. It's just bought me a few extra bits. I've still got some money left, so I will use it on things. So anyway, back to this. So what I've decided to do is we're just going to park this bit for now. So this is going to go together like this. So you see how it's got that extra gap in there, and that means that that's where the pages of the journal. It's not going to be a very thick journal inside, but it's going to have some journaling space, and then the rest of it will be for like putting knick-knacky things, knick-knack paddywhack, give a dog a bone. So putting those kind of things in there. I was thinking like maybe witches' paraphernalia might be a wand or some bottles or whatever. Anyway, that's what's going to go in there. So this has got a slight concave to it. Now I did contemplate using that concave to my advantage and putting it on the concave that would happen on where the text block would be. However, because it doesn't concave in and then stay in, it kind of concaves in and comes back out, concaves in, comes back out. So I've put that on the spine bit where you're less likely to see it, and we'll just, when I do my paper mache, we'll make this the concave spine. So this means that this is going to go onto here and it's going to overhang like we wanted it to, but also it means I have also cut this down. Sorry, it's the slight judder in my voice. It's because I want to cough, but there's this that I've cut this down. Now I did that off camera, again another off camera cutting, and that's because it was brutal. I had to basically flatten one end of it. Like I measured where I needed it to be because I wanted it to be the kind of the same height as this, which it should be. Yeah, so it's the same height as this outer, not this inner. And I had to mark it on both sides and then flatten it down to cut it so it would be the right height. So obviously that was a bit brutal, and I didn't want to, if you've got a sensitive disposition, you might have been offended by me squashing down an already curved piece of grey board. So this has got it's slightly out of skew, but once we wrap it round, it'll be fine. So what I've done is we're going to put these to one side. Don't put it on top of your phone, Dave, because then you'll after the video I'll be like, where have I put my phone? Anyway, so this was some stuff that Brian gave me. Now it's like vinyl, like leather vinyl, but it's backed with paper, which means that when you wet it and you scrunch it up, it becomes crinkly, wrinkly, inkly minkly. So what I think is I'm going to have that as the spine for our grimoire. But I do want to give this some definition. So before I put that on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some string over it and give it that kind of like, you know, you get the, I don't know what they are, the ribbed effect on the spine of a book. I don't have one. Like, you know, a really old-fashioned book would have one, but I don't know. I don't have one to show you, so I can't show you what I mean. But I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then well done. That's great. That's all part and parcel of you guys being here. I haven't got a clue what I'm talking about. You haven't got a clue what I'm talking about. At least we're all in the same boat. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the stringy thing. And I've got some bit thicker string, and it's a shame it's one that's already pre-dyed, because if I had one that wasn't dyed, I'd die another day. No, I'm not Bond, so the name's Kraft, James Kraft. No, shut up, Dave. Just shut up for 5 minutes. I don't know. I'm feeling a bit giddy today, so I think it's the first day where I felt marginally alive, because I've been so poorly, having had COVID again. Didn't really get the cough this time, although I've been coughing a bit today, because of the particles in the air, but I didn't really get the cough this time. Just terribly lethargic, horribly bunged up, lots of mucus. So yeah, so what am I going to do? I don't know. Oh, glue gun. Glue gun, he's the king of the sea. Oh no, it's Dougal. Sorry, Dave. What am I saying sorry to me for? I should be saying sorry to you guys. Sorry, folks, that's what I meant. Anyway, we'll plug this in. This has been on recently because it was gluing down the things in the Grimoire, like I said. So I'm just going to plug it in. I'm going to get the mat, the glue mat, for it to kind of heat up on, and then we will. Oh, I've dropped something on the floor. Don't move. Yeah. So, like I say, what we're going to do is we're going to glue this down, kind of like this, and then we're going to paper mache over it, because this is not wide enough. But just like when we paper machéed this has become quite chunky, and that's more the chunkiness I'm looking for. So I'm planning to just go straight across. It's not necessarily going to be straight though, is it? Let's face it, anything I do, not necessarily straight. Let's try going for 1.5. Use a pen. I'm doing 1.5 away from the bottom. 1.5. Sorry, not easy. Perhaps should have done this off camera, but hey. 1.5. So we do that there. We do the same at the top. 1.5. I'm just putting these here because I've got a better chance of getting it a bit straight this way. Then I obviously can't join them up because I don't have a bendy ruler. And then maybe 2.5, maybe an inch away. So I'm thinking, I don't know. Aesthetically, 3 looks good, doesn't it? So maybe an inch away from there, so that makes it 2.5. The next line. I'll warn you that probably the ice cream van's going to be coming back past again. Touting for trade. It's been a very warm day here today, but I've been inside, so I haven't been enjoying it, I'm afraid. I've been doing crafty stuff. So I think 3. I'm going to mark for 3, and I don't have to commit to 3 then, do I? I can always decide to go with less. Do I want 3? I can't decide now. I don't want to come in too far. Maybe I should go closer to the edge. can I go to the half? Well, that's not really easy to do that with that, is it? Use this. So go half there. There. Sorry, the quietness is because I'm concentrating. Like I say, don't have to use this bit. So I might decide to go with 2, but at least I've marked for 3 then. My glue's definitely hot now. Cool. So, do I want all 3 or do I want 2? Well, let's just go for the top one first. Let's do the top first. Okay, so I'm hoping I can do a line. I'm going to go to there and stop and try and get this on quick before it dries. So this has definitely been a real learning curve making this, because there are things that I've definitely learned, like not to do it again. No. Don't make me laugh, Dave. Like that, you know, you have to coat the string in glue if you're going to try and get anything to stick to it, which, you know, I learned from the last bit, and I've learnt that, you know, there are things that I should have done as part of the prep which I didn't do. So I should have maybe built the walls around those inlays before. Yeah, I'm going to go for all 3. I think, still think. As part, I should have done those as part of the main part of the build, because that way then they would have I could have coated it all in one go rather than having to hot glue it all on at the end. So, well, it's not at the end, it's nowhere near the end. Sorry for the wobbly hand, I don't know what is wrong. I was trying to push on that. I think it's because that's a new glue stick going in now, so it hasn't got the same, it's not heated up as much as the other one was, so it takes a bit more effort to push it out. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So sorry, the only reason why I keep cutting bits is because it's the coughing, and I don't think anybody wants to hear me cough. So yeah, I'm going to go for the 3. Oh, good grief, Dave. Talk about a wobbly hat. Oh, no, I should have done it the other way around. No, bull. Don't burn yourself. Ow. You know when I said don't burn yourself? That's what I meant. Don't burn yourself. So yeah, so there's just, you know, like, and I'm sure I will learn even more as we go through. But like I say, I'm not an expert. We're here to do these things together and learn together, and that's it. And if I make the mistake, I'm doing it so you don't have to. So which way do I want to go? This way. It's easier to put it on this way. Yeah, look, why am I not the wobbly hand guy now? Do you know when you put stuff in hot glue and it's fine, and then suddenly it starts burning? That's what's just happened. I thought it was fine, and then I realised it was burning. Well, the last time I was doing anything with string, I nearly cut my microphone wire, and I just had that moment, that thought, like, is that the mic? No, it's not. It's nothing like the same colour, Dave. The microphone wire is black. But anyway. Oh, that's not straight. The glue line was not straight. It's because I kept having to move the stand back so that I can do the gluing, and then forget to put the stand back in the right place so the glue gun falls over. My glue gun was fainted. It's probably because of the overuse. It's like, what? I don't get used this much. Who are you? Bring back the other Dave. The Dave that doesn't do anything with the glue gun. I am slightly afraid of a glue gun, to be fair. I'm a bit afraid of glue guns and tarantulas, but I'm never going to see a tarantula. Well, hopefully I won't see a tarantula. No, I'm a bit afraid of glue guns and super glue, which I know is really strange, but like, I always think that I'm going to end up glued to something if I use super glue. You know, like I'm going to be part of the fixture. Yep, I told you the ice cream van was going to come round. I can hear it. So, there are all the bits. I might just see if I can nip them a bit more at the end. Maybe I should have curled it inwards, but the reason why I didn't want it to curl round is because I didn't want it to stop it from sitting flush against the rest of it. So I was trying to think ahead there. Right. So the glue, I decanted into here. So it says flour glue, do not eat. And the reason for that is because I had to put it in the fridge. And because I've got Brian staying with me, and I had Vic staying because we had a week off together. I didn't want anybody like poisoning themselves on, because it's you know, like, in theory it's flour and water with salt in it, but it's got PVA as well, so didn't want to get anybody into a sticky situation. But yes, I know, I'm here all week. I'm here all the time, to be fair. Where's me glue thing? Because like once we start getting these bits done, it's going to really start to develop and shape, and then we can start seeing some real change. So what I'm going to do, like I say, is I'm going to cover these in glue. I think that was the last one I used, and I forgot to wash it. I know I said I would, but I didn't. It's fine though. It's good enough. It's flexible enough to be able to get it on the string. Oh, I need to unplug that, don't I? Because I don't need that anymore. Don't want to do nuclear fission. It doesn't need to be that hot. So okay, now I've got that trail of that webby stuff. It's all over me. It's all over me. It's there. Get off me. Anyway. So, do I have news to tell you? Not really. So I'm still on, for me, it's, gonna have to cough again, sorry. For me, it's Sunday the 11th of August. Now, I realise that's, I'm like recording in advance, but that's what I do. So try to stay a week in advance. So it's Sunday the 11th of August, and I'm coming to the end of my annual leave, so I was off last week for my birthday, well, mine and Vic's birthday, And news-wise, not really much. Still got Brian living here. And back at work next week. So it'll make things a bit easier. The tension in the household won't be quite so much because Vic's away. Vic's working away, so he's working in the Lake District, in Windermere, until, well, he'll be back next weekend, but it's going to go on until November because the place that he works for, it's having a major refit. In fact, he's shown me the pictures. Like, there is nothing left. They have gutted the whole place and they are starting again. So he's been up at the lakes on secondment to there, and that's, you know, he likes it there. It's just a long way away, really. So, well, not a long way away. It's like a couple of hours drive. It's still long enough. I know it's like it's nothing really, but miles in the UK, they're measured the same, but like they're different because our land mass is much smaller than other people's land mass. So like it feels a long way, and our infrastructure isn't built for it. So whereas most places get highways or motorways or whatever they call in your area to drive down, like all the way to wherever you're going, we tend to only have motorways on major routes, and then the rest of it is like driving down tree tunneled roads, windy, narrow. I was watching it was an American channel that I was watching the other day, and they'd come for a visit in the UK and they were driving round. They didn't just stay in London, because if you come to London you don't really get a taste for what the rest of, that's the wrong end though, the rest of the UK is like, 'cause it's nothing like London. So she was driving around the UK and like she was just saying like, these aren't roads, these are like pavements, these are like meant for just people. And they're not, they're actually roadways, like literally not even really wide enough for one vehicle, let alone more than one, but you still have to pass on them. So there's a lot of roads like that in the UK, and of course you can't drive down them at 70 miles an hour. So there we go. So we've put that on. I'm going to use some of this again, just because it's nice and easy to kind of shape. It gets, when you get it wet, it gets wet and nice and pliable. So I'm going to use this to kind of just go over these on the first layer, and then the second layer we can then go down the route of putting that on. I did have a little bit of water. There we go, that's it there. Bit of water and a brush. I know it's a different brush, that's because the other brushes are in the bathroom actually, drying from last time. So it's going, I'm hoping it's going to look really good, this thing. So, you know, it's going to be a real interesting project that we've made. And I you know, I could have stuck to what I know and made another Mad Hatter top hat. But what's the point? You know, we're here to learn and test ourselves and try new things and live life on the edge. So why ever not? So that's what I'm doing. Well, it's hardly living life on the edge, is it? But you know what I mean. The edge of craft. It's not the edge of sanity, but although it sometimes feels like it. And I'm not worried about like the wrinkly nature of this. You know, the more layers you put on, the less definition you get anyway. So, but also, it's going to be covered in that leather, and it's going to be wrinkly anyway. So, don't want that bit on there. That's the only thing. There we go. Better. So yeah, so it's just one of those things, isn't it? Really. So he's away. Brian's here. Brian's working, but like he works days and in his new job. So and I work days, but then like that means that the evenings can be a bit crowded. So, but Vic's away until next Saturday now, so. It's going to be, not that I don't want him to be here, that's not what I'm saying. It's just, my house is, you know, basically one bedroom. So Brian's been sleeping in the living room. I've got living room, kitchen, like knocked through. It's one room, it's not very big. It's like 4 meters by 5 meters, the entire space. So it's not really conducive to having 3 adults in. So that looks much better now. It's not string. It gives me the aesthetic that I wanted from it. And I know it's not straight and perfect and great, but like, it's mine. If you want to make one with straight lines on, go ahead, knock yourself out. But I'd love to say I'm doing it deliberately, but I'm not, as you are aware. It's not a deliberate act of not getting a straight line, but I'm not worried about it. So, because we're here to have fun, and you can't have fun whilst you're worrying about everything. So, I do a lot of my days worrying about things. Craft is my escape from the worry. So, yay! I like that. I like the way that that's looking, actually. So, once you put a bit of definition in it, it's a bit better. Remember, this is just the first layer. I'm asking a lot of this paper, to be fair. I'm asking it to go over a rounded thing this way and shape this way. So, you know. Then you dipped it in the paste. It wouldn't have been terrible, but like, it would have been wrong. It's just, that's the only thing. There's a big blob of glue there. Can I just chop it off and get it to come off? Yes, I can. Oh, hang on, I think I might have pulled it all off from underneath the string. Never mind. Stick it down. Quick, put it down, Dave. That's all right. Not looking too bad. Even if it looks too bad for you guys, it's too bad. Because it won't look too bad shortly. Oh dear, that was a bit short. Oh well. What we're just going to do is I'll just add another little bit on the end, because you're not going to notice. Remember, it's the first coat, so. The first cut is the deep. Shh. Shh. Hush now. Right, do I have a little bit hanging around? I do. There's always usually a bit of this hanging around on my desk. wide. That'll do. Glue that down. And then stick that on the end. Cool. You see, it's much easier when it's not trying to go round that way and that way. Cool. Right, okay, so let's get cracking now. So this is, remember, it always gets messy. This is the bit where it all gets messy. Okay, so still got my cut pieces of paper here. I think I might go for smaller pieces. I've just realised that smaller pieces work better. Wizard. It's got wizard on it. It's like it was meant to be. It's like it's meant to be part of this. So I will start covering it, and then I will decide whether I'm going to just keep doing it and talking to you, or whether I'm going to carry on in my own time and then come back to you. I think it might take a long time to do, and I don't, you know, you've seen me stick this stuff down a million times now, so I'm not gonna, I don't expect it to hang around, so I might just get on with this and come back when I've kind of stuck it down, and then we'll do another cut to when it's dry. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I will see you in a few. So I've finished. No. Right, finished doing the paper mache layer on this. I have double coated it with paper mache. So I did the brown tape on the stringy bits, then I double coated that and double coated this bit, but I've done a single coat on the inside as well, and that's just to give it a bit more strength and rigidity, so that when it dries it will be more stable, I think, like a stable table. Shut up, Dave. So I've kind of used up, I haven't used all of the glue, I've still got some in there. I'll put that back in the fridge. It should last a few more days, I would have thought. And let's just get rid of this. I might leave it to dry on that actually, so I'll just pop that there. So what I just want to have a look at is, now that it's got wet, is it still going to fit? It is. It's fine. It's fine. Cool. That's all I wanted to check. So that now just needs to be left to dry, and obviously it'll have some flex still left in it for reshaping and that sort of thing. But yeah, I think that's kind of where we are for this video. The next video I intend to do is to cover the spine with this, and maybe then start adhering the front cover. Oh, and I need to do the back cover as well. So I don't think I'm going to do such an intricate design on the back cover. I might just have like a scroll on the middle of the back using string. And I've got to think about what I'm going to do on the front. So on the front cover, I'm going to put some shapes. Now, I've thought about a few things that I'd quite like to try. And well, next time, the next time or the time after, we'll find out, won't we? So anyway, there we go. So I hope you have enjoyed that. I hope that's you know, you're feeling more inspired to give it a go with a bit of paper mache. Don't forget, this is not finished by any means, but I will be doing more in the series. There'll be more episodes to come. I'm trying to do it every Friday, then we can kind of like, it's our Freaky Friday doing our Grimoire. At the moment it's not very freaky because it's just very the mundane, the building part of it. So I did by the way, I did wash my hands after I'd finished, before I restarted the camera, because I didn't want to touch my camera with my very, very sticky hands. So anyway, we're going to park it here for now, and then I'll see you next time. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. If this has helped you or inspired you, or you just liked it, or you just enjoyed the company, or you just want an octopus, then, or you are an octopus, then just don't forget to give this a thumbs up, especially if you're an octopus. You know, give it a tentacle up. And I will see you all in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all the good stuff, comment, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks very much for watching me, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, folks. Lots of love from me. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of hugs. And don't forget, I love you all without exception, until you give me a reason not to. So I'd suggest, don't give me a reason not to. All right then, folks. Take care. See you soon. Bye.